done.
Obey your thirst.
Oh, we're recording now.
Right.
Yep, that's it. Welcome back to No Tact Talk Podcast. You already know who it is. You got Jay Coates yet again. The episodes are getting way more professional. I mean, y'all saw the video. If you didn't see the video, go on YouTube and Linktree, you know, all the good socials and stuff, and check out the 1 year anniversary video. But I was planning this a long time ago, pre 1 year anniversary. I said, I got to get my people together. Now, I already know the episode title. Usually the title hits me a little bit halfway through, or we say like squirrel and oh yeah, name of the podcast. That was crazy. It was like a good little thing. But I already knew the name of this podcast before I got started. It's called Inner Circle. Okay. Now, each of these gentlemen are part of my inner circle. Nobody else. This little 4 square you see here. Now they could have other people in their inner circle. We don't really care about them right now. We're talking about my inner circle, right? These are people that I confide in. These are people that I rock with. These are people that ultimately keep me in check and in different facets, right? They all have different personalities. Okay. This is you don't have one similar. We all cool, right? We all can kick it. But you really don't have one similarity, one similar person here. We're all in different areas of life. You've seen DJ, going to introduce himself in a second. He gave us a lot of financial classes. You've seen P. Warren, Patrick P. Town, all that. Mr. Eureka himself with the real estate game. Just a customer service professional. He does his hands like this if you're watching the YouTube video, and that's how you know he's going to say something suave, right? And you got Jayon, the newcomer, right? Jayon, the OG, the game, Mr. Beard himself, a man of many talents, master of none. He's like that smooth talker, like, watch your wife kind of guy. Like, you never know, like, what he gonna say type feel. And then you got me. You already know who I am, right? But I guess my little introduction, I guess you could call it. But we're gonna talk about a couple of different things. Everybody has their own particular topic today. I don't have one because I already talked too much, so I'm gonna let them handle it. But what you have here, people, is a plethora of information. A well of knowledge, just a lot of wisdom in one place. And so we're not going to keep y'all for too long, but welcome, like I said, back to No Tech Talk Podcast. Y'all can all unmute y'allself and introduce yourself. What's up, P-Town?
What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see everybody.
Yes, sir. What's up, Jayon?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Yes, sir.
Feeling good.
And
good, bro.
What's up, man? All right, so who's going first? Let's hop right on into it.
I mean,
Patrick the oldest, so.
I was gonna say
age before beauty.
I think I'm the oldest. So yeah. So no, real talk, man. I think it was pretty cool when you kind of came to us and just was like, hey, let's try to all get together and have a discussion. For one, there's so many things to talk about, but you kind of definitely narrowed it down as far as just manhood in general, and then kind of gave us the opportunity to be able to come up with our own topics to kind of go off of. I mean, and there's so many topics of, that hits home. But I guess for me personally, it'd be more about kind of learning from the past and then giving back. So those are kind of be the two main things that I'll be focusing on. I'll kind of let everybody else introduce theirs, and then we'll probably go into a nice little round table / square Zoom call discussion. So,
yeah.
So what do you mean by learning from the past? Like,
okay. Oh, yeah.
Example. Yeah.
No, absolutely. So in regards to learning from the past, my biggest thing is about we as men need to do our very best to be observant through life so that we can learn from other people's mistakes, other people's successes. So learning from the past is going to be just paramount to how you move and how you learn, who you surround yourself with. So that's my basis of the statement. Learning from the past, really paying attention and knowing how to move. For example, when you're 18, you're transitioning from high school to college, or maybe high school to the workforce. You should have, I feel at that time, start studying the individuals or just the people, the things that draw you to whatever you're moving towards. I think it's great for you to start learning so you can start making the right decisions, whether if you need to start investing your 401k early, if you're going into the workforce, start talking to people about those types of things so that you're not putting yourself behind or you are just putting yourself ahead. So that's what I mean by kind of learning from the past. I mean, I've got some other examples as well. And I don't want to feel like I'm holding
But
out.
no, like I'm a hard learner though. For me, like
Okay.
I was thinking more of when you said that about experiences, and
Yeah.
like I'm a super hard learner, like hard headed. Like I gotta almost, everybody nodding their head. No, but like for me, I usually have to go through it to like have like literal context for that, and so that's why we had these conversations, so people don't have to do that, right? And
right. But you're not the first person to do, to fit in that type of a category, that type of box. So once again, there's someone who's older than you who learns the exact same way that you've learned.
It's hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't learn well from people. Y'all the best I got. Authority figures bother me. That's been my issue. I've had terrible bosses, which attributes to that for sure.
You're in the military though.
Yeah, the military sucks sometimes, not all the time.
Great.
I mean, but that's because I guess you are looking for some type of structure, or something.
Well, I have to respect that structure. I'm not just gonna listen to you just because you're older, just because you have a title. So like it's a lot of people just think they can just pour into you, and I ain't even ask for your advice, bro. Like just because they're older. We all been in them situations. We all got young faces, right? And it's like, oh, you about 12. You ain't even done nothing. I've been around this hand. Okay, but they don't make what you say right.
So
a lot of conversations I've been having, like the older generations, is like, we have the constructive conversations rather is we have to bridge the gap. So if you all got that one OG that we listen to, right? We all got that one person in each one of the games that we in that, okay, I'll listen to them, but you can just kind of tell off rip like they got it together. And I think a lot of times that we don't try to find that person. We get a new job, but you can already tell the person who's slacking off. You can already tell the person who who get to work on time. Oh yeah, I need to watch them. They wearing a suit. We ain't got to wear a suit. Whatever, it's just paying attention to that. So I don't know.
I mean, and before anybody else jump in, right quick, that goes to the other part of it, the other half, which is the giving back portion of it. And I think just by having this conversation right here, this is going to be something that is, if I meet, for example, another young man in the future that may be a difficult learner, I do feel like, Jay, I feel like you really, really have a gift of being able to bring people together. Like you communicate, you say what you need to say, and it comes across. So if that's your gift, I just might need to introduce that young kid to you. And I feel like that's that level of giving back that I could do by just being observant and understanding from the past that, all right, maybe this was difficult for Jay. He's gotten through it. There's a younger cat coming up behind. Boom, boom, connect them. Boom, take off. So
I feel that. What you got, EJ?
We're doing introductions, right? So the conversation got so good. The conversation got so good. I was like, okay.
Well, wherever you want to start with, it's cool.
Yeah. So the Jarvis Leonard, everybody calls me DJ though. I've been on a few times talking about financial literacy. I'm a financial advisor. And my topic today is going to be about impact and influence.
No, I'm talking about what Patrick just said.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
We still on his topic. Quit rushing me. Come on now.
Well, you said we were introducing. I already
introduced y'all.
Okay. All right.
DJ, you do what you want. He invited us. Okay.
Yo, this is the thing. I'm always. This is what I'm talking about
right now. Hey, this is stick up. Get on the ground.
Love it.
Go ahead.
Don't look at my face.
I'm saying you're right. We all got our perspective drinks. Drinking right now because people swear up and down if you love the Lord, you can't drink. I promise. That's the whole other story. I don't got no topic today. Let me chill. Yeah, go ahead. So we talking about as far as what Patrick was saying is about being able to listen to somebody about the past or to apply it to your future. Me obviously being a hard learner, and you can already tell y'all like if you're listening, structure. Probably Jayon's the closest to me, but Patrick and DJ have that structure, that diction, that in orderness, order of service at church. It's built in them.
It didn't always start out like that though. Like
okay, so how we get there then?
Yeah. So I think what Patrick's talking about, like learning from your past. So like like I'm not like a hard learner, but like I think I like to go through life experiences on my own, but at the same time, I still like to gather like wisdom from along the way. So I think, especially like in the industry that I'm in, is such a industry that's not dominated by anyone who looks like me. So like I gravitated to a mentor, and so he's been in the game like 30 plus years, and so he has a plethora of information and life experiences. Like I would be dumb not to tap into that, being that like I'm trying to propel off of what he's already done and take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how do you get rid of your own pride in that? Because we all
Mm.
grown, we all got issues. You know, we all got stuff, property, whatever.
I mean, like, do you want your pride or do you want to succeed?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of where it has to be. Like, do you want to succeed or do you want to have your pride? Because like Patrick was saying, like it's way easier to learn from somebody else's mistakes than to. I mean, obviously we all gonna make mistakes. We're all human, but like it's way easier to learn from somebody else's life experiences and then use that information to do better in your life than to like have to go through that on your own.
Facts. All right, Jayon.
Yeah,
Kingpin.
I think that what Patrick was saying and what DJ said really kind of I had a lot of opinions about that just because for me I coach track, I coach basketball, and so within those giving back things I try to kind of like give certain things to my kids. And so one thing about track and field is that you have a lot of people at certain times that touch a lot of different kids, from inspirational to actual track and field related. And so you kind of have kids that you got some coaches that they know a few things, but it's like when they say stuff and it's related to track, you like that don't sound right.
Yeah.
So what I tell my kids, what I try to teach my kids all the time, relatable to what we're talking about, is that when I teach you something, my job isn't for you to listen to everything that I'm saying and take everything I'm saying as law. What I want you to do is take from it what you understand. We can build upon that. But furthermore, if somebody else gives you information, my job is to teach you how to take that information and apply it. So if they give you bad information, okay, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, sir, no, ma'am, and you keep it moving. You don't have to do everything that everybody teaches you, but you can accept that and don't insult them or insult their intelligence, because all they're trying to do is help you. Now, if they, like I said, if they telling you, hey, if you running the 100, everybody know the 100 is straight race, and they tell you to turn your block sideways in that 100 with your starting blocks, that ain't gonna never help you.
Yeah.
So you have to have. My job is to teach you to have enough sense to realize, okay, yes, sir, thank you, I appreciate it. Back to your regular schedule program.
How are you building that rapport
Filter.
so they will listen to you though? That's what I'm saying. I'm
I
speaking
think
from my
for
example.
me, I think for me, my realness with a lot of the kids is key, because I've come to understand that the kids that are like that, the kids these days are not like how I was. I can't coach them how I was coached.
Right.
You can't educate how we were educated. And so once you kind of put yourself under that understanding, then now what you're doing is you taking, okay, hey, look, let's sit down and talk. This what we got to do, and this what we trying to go. I'm with you. I'm on your side. I promise you I'm here. I know you hate me right now because this workout is hard. I had a girl yesterday, and the workout that she did, she hates it. She hates it to no end. And I ask her halfway through the workout, like, you mad at me, aren't you?
Yeah.
And she look at me and she say, yeah. And I say, you know what I'm finna say next? And she said, yeah. And I say, what? She said, you don't care. And it's like, you're right. I don't. But I don't care because what I'm doing is I'm never gonna do anything that's detrimental. I'm
You're
only
seeing the
doing
big
anything
picture.
to help you.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I want, and I in this moment, I want you to understand that no, I don't care about you being mad at me. I care about you becoming, one, a better person, and then two, a better athlete. And so now as I build both of those together and I'm telling you what I'm doing, now that rapport is there because you know that I care about you, because I don't, I'm a volunteer coach. So I don't get paid to do any of those things. And so I don't ever disclose those things to the kid. Most of the time it's our head coach, who was also my head coach, who was my coach when I ran and played basketball. Yeah. He discloses those things because he wants the kids to understand, look, this man out here literally giving his time. And that's one thing that nobody can ever get back. And so he's giving his time in order for you guys to become better. He spends time away from his studies to do research for things to make you guys better. I call him all the time and all the hours of the night in order to think about different things that we can do to make you guys better. And so I think, circling back around to where we began with Patrick's point is that, giving back, that's one thing that I'm super passionate about. Just because I know that I know where I was at their age.
Exactly.
I know exactly where I was at their age.
Though, right? So it's like they always say that. And again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't disagree with none of y'all. But each generation is going through different stuff. So how are we? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Like, yes, each generation is going through different stuff. And Jan, like everything that you said was fantastic, spot on. And I mean, and what you're doing as far as volunteer coaching, that's super admirable. And it's literally, though, at the end of the day, there's nothing new under the sun. The passion is what is the constant here. So the care is what's the constant here, not the generational or of how we want to teach, how we learn, and how we grow. No matter what the constant is going to be, we're going to teach, we're going to learn, we're going to grow. So when we focus on those things, and I feel like that's what you were just saying. I mean, in the track examples, and I apologize because I don't have all the jargon,
the blocks and the sides.
Right.
It's all good, man.
I know what a hurdle is.
Exactly.
You got track is.
You got to have the bell.
But seriously, but at the end of the day, the foundation is the history of what we're doing. And the history is us knowing that we're not the first people to go through this or want something to be better or have some idea, because we've all come through something. And I love how you guys introduce yourselves and your careers, because it helped explain your explanation of the learning from the past and the giving back. So, I mean, I think that was the spot on. And I just want to say about the history, though, I don't know, I've always felt like, of course it says in the Bible, pretty much ain't nothing new under the sun, but history, you literally can learn from it. And that's why it's so cyclical. It literally repeats itself. If you watch the trends, you can know whether it's a stock market or you can know the weather forecast. That's why we got seasons. You know what I'm saying? It's so, like, everything is just so, cyclical. You know what I mean? So I think by learning from other people's mistakes and really, I'm sorry, my dog is wilding out right now. Learn from other people's mistakes and learn from them successes by studying them. And like I said, the key word is being observant for me. And like what Jan was doing with the young lady at practice, she's going to remember that. And later down the line, when she's teaching, growing, and helping somebody else, those small things are going to come in. So like you say, he's giving back. I mean, I just think that's spot on. So,
and the fact that you're volunteering, they know that you're getting, your satisfaction is their betterment. And so that kills like the wall that they might have set up, because like you don't have to be there, but you choose to be there for it because you're that much passionate. What I'm trying to say, you're that passionate about their success. So,
and I'll say too, like, going back to what Jay said, is that, is everything is different, but it's really not. It's just packaged differently. It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's packaged in a different way. And so like, and it's so crazy because the school that I'm at is also my alma mater. So it means a little bit more to me because these are the same halls that I walk through. And so my message and my delivery is very different than some of the other coaches. I'm a little bit closer in age to them. I'm not super close, but I'm a little bit closer than they are. And so when you look at it that way, it's like, hey, look, you know, like I said, we're gonna be real, but I've been through these moments that you've been through. I had a kid 2 years ago, and it was so crazy because the way life kind of comes full circle and how everything happens. So I ran track in college. Well, I applied to Troy. I got my roommate assignment. I got pretty much everything set up, ready to go to Troy. You know, paid for my everything. And I knew who my roommate was. It was going to be one of my friends who went to another school in the area. It was going to be great. Well, you know, last minute, UAH came and offered me a scholarship. Boom, obviously I'm going to take it instead of trying to do the walk-on thing at Troy. Well, I had a kid, like I said, about 2 years ago, same situation. And he literally had the same exact situation. Like, already had his roommate assignment. He headed to Troy, headed there. Boom, last minute get an offer from another school and, you know, ends up going there and running track. And so it was like, it was mind blowing to me that, you know, 10, 11, 12 years later, I'm literally reliving this moment with this kid that I built all these memories and all this struggle with throughout the year. And so, you know, I kind of tell my kids, you know, because every workout that we come up with is something that I've experienced before. You know, and so I want them to understand that, like, look, I'm never going to give you something that I haven't participated in. And so I think that comes back to that relatability, Jay, where you ask, like, how do you get to that point? Well, I'm telling you that what we doing is what I did. And I know what works. You know, we may have to make some adjustments as it relates to you, but I know what works.
Right.
So you got to walk with me on this journey, you know, because I'm going to be with you. But if you don't come with me, we got to walk together. We cannot do, I can't do it without you, and you can't do it without me.
Sound like a coach, right?
He does.
That's how it is. Like, we need.
I feel inspired.
Like, all right, I feel like I want to run track now. Like,
I did a little 200 back in the day. Let me go out there, man.
Oh, I can run a mile. You know?
I ain't never ran no track. I never understood just running that fast and stopping for no reason. So I just didn't do that. I just.
Hey, we can put a dog behind you, and we can make it. We can make it worth your while.
I just seen Jayon run, y'all. The dude,
the last time y'all was over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want the world to know that
Jets.
I got video. I still got it. When I gave Jay's wife
the business
that. I take no mercy, male, female, child.
Yeah, because you be in them good feel good environments. Oh, it's race. Let's do whatever. I saw a shift in his head, his mindset, like, because he like sobered up a little bit. It was weird. Like, he was like,
if I'm not mistaken, he asked to take his shoes off. He said, "Take my shoes off." I knew it was over then, bro. I was like, whoever's running is not gonna win this.
And he looked like a rubber band. You know, you pull a rubber band back, you let it go. Like, it looked. He didn't look real for a second. I'm like,
that's funny, man.
That's his gift, man.
Oh man.
Seriously.
What was you gonna say?
Yeah. I was going to jump in on what he was saying, like as far as him having that same experience. Well, a young gentleman behind him having the same experience 2 years ago, and for the viewers that are listening, that's what I think we have to try to help with. For one, we as men, and then as parents and et cetera, just growing up. Like, if we have someone interested in something, and we're going to use the track example. If you have a child or yourself, you're interested in track, you're on your way to college, this is the time to build relationships with other track coaches, because they have the knowledge and experience of the things that you're about to go through. You may not be able to look at just that one coach who's the super duper, I guess, Olympic coach that don't have time for you, et cetera, et cetera. There's one coach that is going to go through the exact same experience, and that's the information that is also needed. But I also say that to say, I guess, for our careers, we have to do our best to try to put ourselves in position to make ourselves available for people that are kind of looking for what we're doing. And also going back to my word of the evening, we're just being observant. We as men, older men now, have to be like, oh man, that kid is saving his money already. Like, let me connect him with DJ right now. Like, this is the time, because he could be a millionaire by the time he's 24. if he does it right and not ain't got to worry about none of this other stuff. So, you know, I mean, it's just about us being observant and for, you know, the viewers and everybody else to try to find those people who go in that direction you're going, if that makes sense.
I wanted to ask you a question before we got onto DJ and the next topic. If I don't think I'm overstepping, but this is a compliment for sure. If I had to attribute anything to your current success, I would say that it would be relational. Like, it was people. I ain't never seen one person have that many connects in my life. Like, not the plug, you all know the plug is, right? But like, every step you have taken towards success has been because you have put yourself in a position to know the right person. I think for at least that's what I've seen. I'm not sure what you've done in the back end, but like every time I talk, yeah, man, you.
My DJ or me?
No, you. I'm talking about you right now. That's what I'm saying. It seems like, you know, we didn't have a conversation when we came from this second and third, and it's like you've put yourself in these positions, and this is what people read books about, bro. Hey man, I was just in this private jet the other day. Hey man, I was just doing this across country. I'm like, what? I was just driving to work. I just happened to be some, you know, like, but it's because of some. It's not even. I'm half the time. It's not even on your dime, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you get into those positions? What's your, like? I won't say it's a secret sauce, but like, how do you like get yourself in those positions consistently?
Doing what everybody else is not, and that's literally just being nice, speaking to people, being engaging. A good characteristic is remembering people's names. I'm real good with names. People tell me all the time, they're like, "You remember them?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, it's not because I'm trying to get anything from them in the future. It's just
it's who you are.
It's once again being observant. You know the feeling that you get when somebody remembers you. So just double that, and then sometimes things come. Sometimes things fall your way, and I've definitely had some cool experiences, kind of like what you're mentioning. And but yeah, I mean that's honestly it. I would definitely say just like talking to people. I was thinking about the other night in the car, but when you go to the gas station, like a lot of black dudes, man, they ain't gonna hold that door for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of them will, but the majority, like we try to be so tough, or when they do hold the door and you say thank you or something, it's just like, you know, it's like, I don't know, like
right, bro, peace. Yeah.
At the moment, like all that testosterone at the moment, it's like, appreciate you holding the door for me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. All I do is try to be kind as possible, because I can definitely not be kind if I need to be. Sure. But I definitely try to be kind, and just like I said, just try to do the things that everybody's not doing. When I go to the office every day, I make sure I speak to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. There's some people that, you know, are morning people, some people that are not. That don't stop me from just saying
it stops me all the time. It's one person that never says
let them control you.
I'll be like, good morning. You know, it ruined my day trying to make their day.
That's like the lady at the White House the other day when she walked in and was like, you know, good morning. And none of the reporters said anything. She was like,
yeah, she reclaimed her time.
Right. I did see something about that. Yeah.
All right, DJ, what's up, man? What we got? I think we're doing good on time. Yeah.
No, it's great. Like all of these topics are actually going to touch on each other, so that's dope. It makes sense that we all like are cool, but right. So I'm gonna touch on what Patrick just said about before I talk about my topic, but just what he was saying about just being kind and just engaging with people and like actually making genuine connections. Like it doesn't have to be deep or nothing, but just have a moment to have a connection with somebody and remember their name. That takes you a long way. And like he said, put you in like great positions. Like we're both in the people, like he works in real estate, I work in financial planning, but we're both in the people industry. Like we have to create connections with people so that they will trust us to do business with them. So or for them to do business with us. So yeah, so I think that's super dope. And obviously that's like one of the dope things about Patrick. But
I'm a dope counter for you.
Right. You know, that's my word. That's my word.
Y'all just hyping me up for no reason. I appreciate it though.
No, yeah. But it's true, bro. No, but that's how Patrick makes impact. So like my topic is influence and impact. So it's just more so about like why are you on this earth? Like I mean, are we just here? Like I think everybody, and that's the reason why like I love the guys on this call because everybody is working specifically on things that are passionate to them, and that like they're looking to make an impact on somebody else, right? So I just think like if you don't have any intention about what you're doing, one, you're going to be miserable because you're not passionate about it. And then two, if you're not impacting anybody around you by what you're doing, like what's going to be your legacy? Like when you leave this earth, what will they say about you if you never impacted anyone's life? So that's really the topic that I kind of want
Say
to
it again.
broach.
Say that one more time.
Like if you left this earth and you
Yeah.
have not made an impact on anyone's life, what would they say about you? You'll be forgotten. It'll be like you weren't here.
Oh, that's a real man topic. Oh
I'm
man.
just saying, like so, like what are we like? And I know what everybody's doing on this call. We've already started talking about like
Yeah.
Jayon, like he works with the youth. He does a great job with it. And he
That's a
doesn't
job
just
in itself. Let's applaud that real
look.
quick too. Like I can't deal with. I have like mentees ish, but I could. They need to be just like me because, like you just saying, Patrick. Like I need to be able to relate. I can't just go teach somebody else who I can't correlate with. I can't do it. So dealing with attitudes and kids and physical. That's all you, dog. Good. Good.
Yeah, but he has a heart for that, and it's not just
Yeah.
track. He has a heart for like actually seeing people grow. You
Yeah, for
know,
sure.
so
That's
that's dope.
invaluable though. I think that goes along with legacy as well because that would be one of the things that I would say. You know, I got my little piece on all of y'all. Obviously, it's easy to say. I didn't have to write nothing down, but like a part of why I had y'all on here was just allowing other people to see like legit 4 grown men be good in the same environment, no ego, no pride, whatever. And I think every man, not boy, you know, let's just take a pause for a second. Every man has to think about legacy. It's their default setting, right? Another good podcast, I was just saying. But it's their default setting about, okay, my legacy, my children, my mark on this job, on these kids, on this call, right? I want to make sure we're just trying to get Jay on Light together before we start recording, right? And it's
Right.
like, no, I want to make sure, hey, I'm represented well. We laughing, but it's important. And nobody has to tell him that because he just has that innate, however he got it, OGs, learning, past, whatever. He has a native, like unction, I guess, for lack of better words, to do it, to want to be great, to want to be professional or whatever in that environment. And I think we're all able to adapt in different environments. When we all good, we cool. We all in that setting, we turn on. You know, I never forget when I first joined the Army. My dad saw me in my uniform. He was like, "Oh, you stand a little bit taller." That's what he said. I'll never forget it. He's like, "You different, something different about you." I was like, "Nah, I've been working." No, he's like, "No, like he's like." When you wear the uniform, you just like a different person. I was just like, I don't know, because I'm tired, but cool, but we don't see it though. We all being all humble and modest or whatever, but we don't see it until somebody else shouts it out. It's like, but this is important. If you another man, you listen to this, it's like, bro, it's important to talk to your people. Like, bro, like I call every one of these guys, bro, I'm proud of you. It's the different parts of the day, text, whatever. Hey, and I make it a point to do that because it's so important. I mean, if I had a topic, that would be it. It's so important to just like be the foundation
Affirm.
for your inner circle. So that's good,
Yeah,
man.
but yeah, like and it kind of. Oh, my bad, Jan. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and it kind of touches on what Patrick was just saying when it comes to like learning from the past, because like if we don't take our past experiences and use them to make an impact on somebody else, from the other side of it, like you want to learn from someone else who has experience, but at the same time, you should want to like give that, like Patrick said, give that information out, to make that impact on somebody. So that's all I go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just gonna say, in a very roundabout way, how I brought in impact because when I think about this, this group right here, this group of men, and how we all became acquainted, to me, on my end, is so crazy because there's absolutely no way that like how we got put together.
Yeah.
You couldn't even tell it. Like there wouldn't be a movie, a book, like nothing.
Yeah.
Very
You
true.
know, and so it's
Very
like, you
true.
know, just the way that we were all connected before we knew each other is crazy. So, you know, and I'll kind of give a little bit into it. You know, me and DJ, we worked together. And so, boom, we started a job together. We became good friends just off the strength of that. And then now, you know, we working together. So we moving through it. And then I literally met Jay because DJ was like, hey, man, we hanging out with, you know, Jay fiance tonight for his bachelor event. We were in the city like, okay, cool. Let's kick it. Let's have a good time. And instantly, like, I don't know what it was, but like, boom, we right here. Me and Jay like glue.
Yeah.
Like we like glue. And so we like, you know, talking, kicking and having a great time. And it's just like, dang, like, bro, I don't understand how, like it's so unexplainable that you know, I really don't even have any words to do it.
Yeah.
And so then boom, you know, Patrick was there, but we didn't, like, we interacted, but we didn't really, the connection on how we, you know, how we got closer came a little bit later. So boom, a little bit later. And I'm like, okay, you know, Patrick's wife, like, dang, I know her. You know, and so I'm like, dang, I know her from somewhere. I'm trying to put it all together. I hear her last name. Dang, that's crazy. That's that. And so Patrick's wife or his brother-in-law is one of my friends that we play sports against each other from the 7th grade on up.
Wild.
So boom, we walking, you know, I walk into Patrick's house one day and I see his brother-in-law and I'm like, what's up? And Patrick, what? Y'all know each other?
It's
like,
all vibes at that point, yeah.
Like know each other. You know, I mean, it went from, you know, like straight up walking through the door to having a blast to, you know, us doing push-up challenges in the middle of the living room. It's like, you know, it's like, and so I think
on my Instagram. I think that's
I still got that video. I was just
right.
But it's like, it's crazy because it's like when I say impact, it's like impact. And I think that, you know, when I get to my topic, that it'll kind of solidify everything for me, because there's so many different definitions of a word, you know. And so for me, the impact is that how we all met and how we all kind of came together in jail. Without it, you know, it was, I don't know many more natural situations that don't involve the environment that have ever involved my life that I've ever been a part of. And so, like, I look at, like I said, I look at Jay, like, you know, anytime he come home, you know, when he at the in-laws, he already know what time it is. Call me, because we finna get that spades game running. It's just how it is, because they don't live far from me. So it's like, right. You know, if Jay needs something, Jay like, hey man, let's go to a bar and get something to drink while you at home. You know, hey, I need a shirt. I bet, go to my house. You know what I'm saying? I get, you know what I'm saying? I give them. But the thing is, it's like the impact that we have left on each other is that I don't have a problem saying, hey, this the garage code, you know, go on in, look through whatever you need to, you know, find whatever you need to. Any judgment that he may have when he comes to my house, I accept it.
He just got too many shoes. That's all. He just got too many
I accept
shoes.
it. Any
he does got a lot of shoes.
Jayon has a big room dedicated to shoes.
He's a kicks guy. My guy's a kicks guy.
That's not what his podcast is about.
I mean, God,
all I'm saying is the impact, and I think this is probably the first time that I'm telling all of you as a collective, but the impact that you all leave on my life is one, is unexplainable, and two, it doesn't go unappreciated, or, you know, we don't express that to each other just as men and on a regular basis. But like, I mean, when I look at, like, you know, I look at Patrick, okay, cool. Me and some of my frat brothers, we started a real estate company. And so we are gotten our real estate investment company off the ground. So it's like, okay, boom. I know I got one real estate agent, I got one financial advisor, like, for sure. And those are people that I trust. And the thing about it is with business is that business can really turn into a nasty situation when you involve friends and family. But I never hesitate involving certain people in those businesses because of the fact that I know that we have no problem. A boom is business. A boom is, is we can parlay and have a great time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so we finna get this job done. We can laugh and joke in the middle, but we also know that there's one common goal, and that's to whatever it is that we're trying to do. And so I think that for this group, the impact that I have experienced, once again, is unmatched. It's very few, it's very few individual relationships, and probably this may be the only collective relationship that I have with people, with a group of people that's not related to me.
It's my only
that
Right.
that I can say, like, no matter what, I'm never gonna lose these people. Like, the only way I'm gonna lose them is if either one of us die. Like that, that's just real. That's just real. Because I mean, even like with Jay, he say all the time. When we first became friends, he say all the time, you the only, and it's, audience, if y'all feel some kind of way about this, I don't care. But
no tact.
No tact.
Jay he used to tell me all the time, like, I'm the only dark-skinned friend that he could keep for whatever reason.
That's true.
That's
a whole podcast.
For whatever reason, like, I don't know. And
colorism,
like,
yeah, that's a whole podcast.
And I give him so much hell about being light-skinned, but it's like, I mean, anything that he does, anything he could, man, iron his shirt good. But that's the most light-skinned iron, and I never say, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that, once again, it was something about our connection that we had, that brought us together, that, it may not be, obviously it's probably not related to light skin, dark skin as it relates to, like, but it may be some jealousy things that people that he's come across that haven't been completely confident in themselves.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I know who I am, but I also love who I am. And I think that with this group, we all love who we are individually. We are okay with the person that we
know who we are.
We know who we are too.
Yeah.
I agree. But the person that we look at in the mirror is, we know that we're not perfect. And when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we don't see perfection. We see progression.
Cool. Another podcast.
All right.
And so I think,
right.
Coach, I think, but for me, it's like, when I look at, because I mean, even with Jay's job, I give him so much grief about what he does. If I see a meme on Instagram that involve his job, I'm sending it straight to him. Like, I'm sending it straight to him. But it's never offensive. And I think that's the other thing, is that this is not an easily offended group, like on the inside. Now, you come from the outside talking greasy. I'll say that from in a succession of order, if y'all, and this is for the audience too, if y'all ever wanted to try us, probably gonna be the first one to swing at you is gonna be me. Definitely. And then probably the second one is kind of a tie between Patrick and Jay. It really depends on how they feeling. DJ gonna be the last.
Cover it up. No, DJ gonna cover it up. Though.
DJ gonna be, if DJ swing or anything like that, it's only because we have literally gotten to the point of no end, and
if he swing, you in a bad situation.
But see, with DJ, he really gonna try to, like, make sure that, hey, look, all right, cool. Yeah. I'll just, okay, boom. Now we got to figure out how we gonna get up out of this. DJ probably got the most sane logic. Me, I ain't got it all. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, I don't have it all. I don't want it. Because I like who I am.
There you go. But I think you spoke on like actually three things, like three important topics. So, like, relationship, like, that's how you make really good impact, is relationship, right? Second It's going to be knowing who you are, like how you going to impact somebody else if you don't know your own identity and who you are and being strong in that. And then 3, having a good group of people to progress, like you said, like that. That's, we're not perfection, but we're progression. So having a good group of people that, iron sharpen iron. Jay and I always talk about that all the time. Like, iron sharpens iron. So like making sure that you have a good group of guys that go, like, all of us don't mind calling each other on something, and nobody, like you said, nobody's offended about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how you make impact. Go ahead, my bad, Pat.
No, I was agreeing with you, but also something to kind of touch towards when Jay was talking about the connection, kind of how we all got together. To me, this all kind of goes hand in hand with your legacy as well, which is you never know who you're going to run into again. You never know who knows somebody else. And so you got to be real careful, real methodical about how you move out here and who you attack, who you don't attack, what you say and when you say it and how you say it. Because, I mean, if the wrong situation happens and you walk into a friend's house and you see your enemy sitting on that couch, it can be real serious, especially if that enemy is a friend of yours. You just had no idea and you wilded out one day. So it's just about their approach. Like you said, their legacy is something you have to think about. And once again, I've never been truly hot-headed. I think I'm truly methodical in my selection, how I use my anger, to the point that it's really just like you have to know what you're about to get yourself into, because sometimes you just know coming back from it. And when you're young, you have to realize, especially in today's age with social media and stuff, I thank the Lord there was nothing like that for real for me when I was younger, because I'd have no idea what would be, caught on tape or, just any stuff like that. So you have to be mindful of your actions, and just also realizing that you're trying to create a legacy out here, whether you know who you are today or you're not going to find out for another 5 years. As long as you're on this earth drawing air, you're going to have to account for certain things. So try to make the best decisions. You know what I'm saying?
I had I was daydreaming, y'all. I'll tell y'all this little story right quick.
I'm listening.
So I was daydreaming the other day. We obviously knew this was coming. When did we make this day? Like a month ago? I don't know. I was daydreaming, so it worked, because obviously I wasn't doing no work at this time. I was listening to E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, Secret to Success podcast. And y'all heard him before? Probably, yeah.
I love it.
You know how they all clicked up. Carl, CJ, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, man, that's going to be my future. I'm claiming it right here on this episode 54, I think. I don't know. That's the plan. This is the first time all y'all even heard of this. This is the plan. If y'all know, if anybody can pull it off, Jay can. No, so this, I got everybody I need in these 4 squares. Right? My big thing, what I want to touch on, I didn't want to forget about it, is that I'm such a personality, excited, extroverted, whatever word you want to put on personality. I need that contrast. Even my wife, she's the contrast. She keeps me chill. I keep her, we do our thing. So in my friendships, that's one of my things I've always looked for. Pretty much, Jayon, he's Jayon, but like all y'all pretty much chill to me, at least. Y'all like, because I'm hype, but like I can't be friends with people that's like on a 10 all the time. I need like balance. And so I'm thinking, like, if I'm like on a speaking tour with the podcast, when the podcast blow up or whatever environment that we in, I was like, it got to be 3 other people. I guess the Tiana gonna be that too, but it got to be 3 other people, that has to be there. And I'm thinking, like, I think about Kevin Hart. He was on the Paper Cup Boys, right? I think about all of the major entourage that we've seen. It takes a team to build anything. We talked about that separately, together, whatever. It takes a team to be great. And so if Patrick, we all do something with Patrick one day, we all do something, whatever. But like, I know for me, I know my flaws. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna need, like, I believe Kevin Hart to an extent. I'll say he cheated. He definitely cheated. We all saw the video. But, Jayon could have been like, hey, man, Jay, now whatever. He's talking to drunk Jay, whatever. Come on, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There was some validity for me, at least, in that. And so when I think about life after the military or whatever else, or if this one blow up or whoever call me, I don't know, I'll be I be emailing Kirk Franklin and everybody else under the sun, right? Trying to get these interviews. Whenever that does happen, I'm like, okay, I already have my foundation. And this is the goal of what you were saying, DJ, is legacy. I want my legacy to be, okay, I think about who's gonna be at my funeral. What are they gonna say about me? Who did he surround himself? Who was his inner circle? And so if I ever talk about legacy to people, I'm like, okay, well, who are your friends? What they say about you behind your back, right? Like if I leave right now, what y'all gonna say about Jay? If I trip, you gotta talk a little trash, but like ultimately, like, what is it gonna be? And so I think y'all will be more of a representation for more than anything that I could do, because like, who is in his inner circle? But that's good. All right. Anybody else on that before we get to Jayon?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we've all heard, if you show me your top 5 friends, I could tell you where you'll be the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah. It's so true.
I mean, like if what is it? Your network is your net worth. You know what I mean? So all that is just so factual. And once again, this is why now that we know this stuff, that's the stuff that should be a mantra to your sons, you know what I mean? To your daughters, to your other friends, the other circles we have, because we have an opportunity to give back. I mean, in ways that aren't just financial. I think the knowledge is the most amazing thing. And Jay, I think it's cool that you say, the passion about actually speaking. I've always wanted to be like the next Les Brown. I love me some Les Brown, man. So I think you're on mute, but yeah.
I said, let's go.
Oh, okay. No, but yeah, no, it's I mean, like you said, that's a long way down the road, and I have no idea if that's even for me, but that, I mean, just hearing him speak and how he is able to connect people just through words and to get a point across, it is like, I think that's one of the biggest gifts ever. If I could ask God for a gift, I would be like, I want to be able to tell good stories. Like,
you do, though.
People just on the edge of their seat. Like, I've always wanted that gift. And so if there's anything that I could add, that's something that I would add to my repertoire. But about the friendship circles, though, 110% agree. That's the way to do it. So
what's up? All right, now we have hit the anchor. That's a track reference. I think that's it, right? The leg.
It is a track reference. Look at you.
Yeah. You know what's going on.
Oh,
you know what's going
on. That's the relay, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, the last one, the fastest one, the Jayons of the world.
Not necessarily the fastest one, but it depends on how you coach.
Oh,
strategically, you can make it happen. But my 2 topics, are something that, as I've grown as an individual and as a man, have become very important to me. And so, like Patrick and DJ said before, all of these topics are touching each other. And so it's when we put our topics out there, it was crazy that everything really, like, we literally have stories that can touch each other. My 2 topics are expectations and loyalty. And loyalty, which is so funny, it's so funny how, like, when I decided on that being one of my topics, it was literally a joke. And it was a joke between me and Jay that, Jay was like, hey, he hit me up a few weeks ago, like, hey, I need to get a new computer, what's up? Can you help me out? And then I hit him back, after the time frame that he told me that he was gonna hit me up to get the computer, like, hey, what's up? He like, oh, we already got it. And I was like,
oh, don't do him like that.
It's my fault. It's my wife's fault, y'all. Hear this now.
These were exact words. You disloyal motherfucker. But the thing about it was, and so he asked me, in the middle of that conversation, like, you got your topic yet? And I was like, yeah, disloyalty. But when I and like I said, it started off as a joke, but when I really got through and I processed those things, loyalty and expectations are two things that, as a Black community, as a Black man, and as a human race, could either make or break any relationship that you have, anyone. And so I think that the natural thing that when we look at the word loyalty, we look at, not snitching on your homeboy, hey, he robbed the bank, don't tell him, you know what I'm saying, whatever. He killed somebody, snitches get stitched, all that other stuff. But I think for me, loyalty is a little bit different because I kind of look at loyalty along with accountability. And so when we look at this group of individuals that we have here, I know that they're going to hold me accountable, whether it's good or bad. And so that is the loyalty that I look for in people, is that if you can't be real with me and say, hey, you need to pick it up a little bit, or B, just chill, just relax a little bit. That's the kind of loyalty that I look for in people. And I think with this group, I wasn't looking for those things, they were given to me. Whether I was, I wasn't really looking for that. It was just handed to me. And so I think that for us, it's just, even the fact that, I had an injury a few months ago. Jay came home. I was staying with my parents for a little while because I had a cast on my leg, and we had intentions on getting up. It never really worked out, just based on the circumstances. But I never felt any way towards Jay because I knew that he still had my best interest as a friend. It just didn't work out. DJ came home, same exact situation. We had intentions on getting up. It just didn't work out. And I would never hold those things above either one of their heads because of the fact that I know that at the end of the day, they have my best interest. They are loyal to me as a human being and as a friend, based upon the fact that for me, in certain circles, the small thing, even the fact that you said, hey, I'm coming home, we need to get up. If it don't work out, it don't work out. But I think those things I put more stock into. If you came, okay, cool. We at a higher place. But the fact that you even took the time out to say, hey, the intent was there, right? Exactly. And so I think for me, the intentions, like you said, the intentions behind a lot of things as it relates to this circle is awesome. But that kind of lead me into the expectations piece, because I think the reason why me and Jay click so hard is because we're very, very, very similar people. We're very similar people in a lot of different ways. And so I think that for me, I had to learn that you can't expect certain things from people and then be disappointed when they don't deliver on your expectations. And that's one thing that I literally live by. And so I think that people ask me all the time, like, how can you just sit there? Somebody was yelling at you and you can just sit there so calm and all this other stuff. But, they like, you nonchalant, you don't care. And it's like, it's not that I don't care. It's just my level of expectations for this moment are very low.
Right.
They very low. I don't expect them to be happy with me. I also don't expect them to be upset with me. We're gonna work through it. But if it don't work out at the end, it don't work out at the end. But I can't walk through my life expecting things. I heard this a long time ago and I still live by it today. Expectations is the root of all heartache. And it has so many different levels to it, to me, because, when you look at so many different relationships in life, significant others, parents, brothers, sisters, grandma, if you got a basketball game and little Johnny say, hey, you know, Dad, you coming to the game? Dad say, yeah. Dad don't show up at the game, little Johnny upset. But as I grew older, I realized, okay, if they come, they can come. If they don't, they don't. I still got to play this game. I still got to participate in this event.
Right.
And so if I take my situation and move it over here to the fact that Dad not sitting in the chair next to Mom that he said he was gonna do, now everything is messed up. Mm-hmm. The game went bad. I ain't make the shots that I was gonna make. And now when I leave, I'm still upset. And so I think a lot of things that I take into certain relationships is that I don't expect things from people. Now, you know, for me, it wasn't like a overnight, like, hey, light switch. It wasn't no light switch where I just walked into a room. I was like, I ain't gonna expect nothing of nobody no more. But I think that once I grew as an individual, I learned that once again, if somebody say they're gonna do something, I'm not saying that I don't believe you, but if it happens, great. Exactly. If it don't, my life gonna be the same. I got it, and I hate to take it back to coaching, but I was talking to another one of the coaches the other day, and I realized that I'm literally becoming my coaches who coach me. And
it's learning from the past. Exactly.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when I was in school, and it's like you don't realize it until you in that moment years later. I'm sitting there, and
but you begging the kids to get it right then so they can save time.
You said what?
I said, so, but you begging the kids so they can get it right then so they can save time, but they still got to live a little bit longer to understand.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that I don't even do that. I let you know, but once again, I don't expect you to understand right now because you have not lived enough.
Right, you need those experiences.
That's
to
your expectation for that particular age.
Knowledge, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
You haven't lived enough, so I don't expect you to understand what I'm saying to you right now. I don't expect you to understand when you say, "Hey, you mad at me, ain't you?" And I tell you I don't care. I don't expect you to understand that moment. But what's gonna happen is when you graduate high school, when you graduate college, or whatever you do after you leave here, you're going to have a boss who truly does not care about your betterment. And then you're going to realize in that moment, okay, this is what he was talking about. I don't care, but I still got to get the job done.
Correct. Like you got to literally breed and build that tough skin for him, you know? So you're absolutely right in that regard. And funny, like I also have like a little saying that I say sometimes still. I mean, a lot of people, I say that I still say sometimes still, and my wife hates when I say it, but it's sometimes the only thing you can count on is the letdown. And like you say, there's so many times where you're gonna please all these people over here. There's still one person that's gonna be let down that you didn't do this right here, you know, and then vice versa. So no matter what, the only thing you can count on is there will be somebody that's let down by your actions, whether how good it was, how bad it was. So once again, that's your constant. And like you said, you gotta learn to maneuver and not let things shake you so much where you get off kill. You know what I'm saying? And so just like you were saying, Jayon, I mean, it's important for people to have that accountability and to be able to lay down that groundwork, like you're saying, once again, that foundation, so that when that time comes, they understand how to move through it. Now, I feel like we have a responsibility, and I don't know what that answer is yet, but we got to find a way. I mean, people learn like in was it 3 ways, kind of visual, audio, and kinetically, like touching.
Yeah.
So like we almost need those kids sometimes to write down exactly what I'm saying, so you can go back and look at this and really have that true understanding. Like I'm doing everything I can to help you avoid these pitfalls. And although you don't have enough of the life experiences, let me give you a little bit more of something, even if it's an introduction to someone else who's gonna kind of go through the same thing that you have gone through, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I don't have all the answers, of course, but it's like if we could perfect that or turn it up just a half of a notch more to help the youth be able to navigate through the tough parts of it, even when they're not supposed to understand it all the way fully yet. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah, I think too it's important that, like you said, Patrick, letting them know that transparency that I don't necessarily know the answer, but I definitely know somebody who does. And so I think that with our upbringing, probably one of the commonalities is that our parents are all probably around very, very close in age. And so the way that they were raised wasn't based on transparency. It was kind of based on because I said so.
Absolutely.
Right.
So I think that that's there are some things that we're gonna pull from our parents when we grow, or as we grow in any type of mentorship or being parents or anything like that, we're gonna pull those things. But there are also other things that was like, okay, that really ain't gonna get it these days. That response that I'm maybe looking for, it ain't gonna happen the way that I think it will.
Correct.
And so I think that that's one of the biggest things, going all the way back to kind of what you were saying about, history gonna repeat itself, but we have to observe how it's packaged. And then now we have to make that adaptation, because as a teacher, you have to be the one to make that adaptation. You can't expect the student to adapt to a situation that they're uncommon with, because they don't know what's going on. They're looking to you to learn.
You're the teacher. You're here to instruct them, and to connect it to the loyalty part. It's just like you said, to the legacy part, the loyalty and the legacy. It's protecting your name and yourself, and the game plan that you're trying to put together for yourself. So it just, like you said, it all goes hand in hand. DJ, you
say DJ?
Yeah, and like what I keep hearing from Jayon is, when it comes to the expectations, is never attaching an outcome to your peace and your joy and your happiness.
That's
like
right.
Jayon is never not happy, and like now I know his secret. Because he doesn't let anything disturb his peace. And that's what, and in order for you to navigate life, you have to learn how to, Patrick said, build that tough skin and learn how not to let results disturb your peace and to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really dope.
Absolutely.
That's therapy approved. I told my therapist, I said, well, my default setting is to see the glass half full. I mean, from me stubbing my toe to death. Like, that's cool. We're gonna wake up tomorrow. It's cool. I'm gonna go work out, whatever, right? And so she's like, I get where I told her, I said, I don't really feel that much. Like, I seem like this happy guy, but like when it come down to it, like I'm not really like feeling like I've been, like, not to be all sensitive, a bunch of men, but I was trying to cry.
It's okay to do that.
Hey, man. Hey, be sensitive, man.
I said this on the last episode too.
No toxic masculinity.
You know what I'm saying? But I said I've been trying to cry. That was like my biggest thing for that particular session, because I felt like I haven't felt. I'm just going through the motions, right? And I feel like everybody on this call, like, we're really good at that. We're really good at just keeping going.
Oh yeah.
And not addressing it, which is why I call all of y'all separately all the time, because I got to make sure y'all know, like, it's okay, because I know how it feels, And and I always feel like, man, if it could be just that one phone call, to make a difference, because each one of y'all done call me. I'm like, oh snap. I mean, in bad situations, oh, what's up? And it'd be a 5-minute conversation, but it's just like popping you out of there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You be in your own stuff, and then one call, that one text, that one 8-ball message, whatever. Pax, you can't get him because he got an Android. But like that one something.
I will forever have an Android. Because of this podcast, I will never have an iPhone. Tim Cook at Apple, you can thank Jay Coates here for losing or not gaining this one customer.
But no, I'm saying it's that spark, you know, that really like snaps you out of it. It's like the smelling salts. And that's what I think about. That's really what this is. It's just, as men, we're just so used to just, all right, pay these bills. All right, make sure the wife good, the girl good. All right, make sure work straight. All right, I'm in school. You know, like we just going through the motions. And life legit, especially black men, that's a whole other thing. Again, life isn't set up for us to be happy, really. It's moments of happiness, but on a consistent basis, life is not set up for really men to be like at peace. You even talk about the man, go back to old school, man sleeping on the couch just to make the wife happy, or gotta sacrifice this for the kid. I know, we all know we on that page. I'm just saying. But you know, we hear all these sayings all around us and how we have to adapt and conform and be this and hold the door, and they have so many rules against us. I know everybody got their own problems. We're talking about men right now, so whatever, ladies. But you get what I'm saying? Like, we owe it to ourselves to be that for each other. And that's exactly why I want all y'all to come on here today. We almost done. All y'all got lives and stuff, but I wanted us to be able, for obviously one, to pour into each other and allow people to hear a good candid conversation just about stuff, whatever we want to talk about, right? I wanted y'all to, you know, have something that's passionate that y'all want to talk about. I wanted me to not talk for once in life a little bit, you know, and let other people hear, like, okay, Jay crazy, but like, okay, he got some good people around him, and vice versa.
Sure. For sure.
I feel like people will meet you, but they're still looking at your wife, or they're still looking at how your house is, you know, organized, whatever, you know, if you got a bunch of shoes in your in one room in your house, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got their thing. And so, but it's just being able to accept that and like being able to rock with people. Jayon was talking about, you know, like we just naturally had that glue, right? Like I've had my moments with each one of these men, and it's like, I've told y'all all separately, like I feel close to y'all sometimes, my own family, you know, and like it's weird how, because everybody talk, I'm not trying to talk to them, but everybody like says, well, you don't get where I'm coming from, Jay. Like I talk to a lot of people on the side, even people don't know from this podcast, email, they say, Jay, you don't know where I'm coming from, or everybody wants to feel at the end of the day, in my opinion, everybody wants to be heard, whether it's good or it's bad. Half the time, that's the reason why we have motivational speakers, because how long is it going to take for one person to get it? Like, guys are hard learners, you know? We're taught what to do at a very young age. But at what point, that's my dogs, y'all hear him. At what point are we going to get it?
Execute.
I made a whole video and a whole thing for DJ about, because that was one of my lowest listens for his episodes. Nobody wanted to get their finances straight, and it blew my mind, and I was angry. Like, I was livid, and I'm like, I'm giving y'all free gems. Like, he charges for this. You know, Pastor gave you a 7-step plan, whatever, how to buy a house. Jay ain't gonna supposed to be on here before we can get his schedule straight, but you know, all these guys got knowledge, and like, I'm giving you free game, but like, and it was called For the Love of Money of all titles. That's catchy. You know, I'm thinking at every level, and it's like,
Jay said, I did my job.
You know what I'm saying? So
right,
it's like,
right.
But why don't people want to be better? That's my whole overarching theme of this whole conversation. Like, why don't people want? Because they like, it's easier to be lazy. It's easier to just, okay, I'll be second place. It's easy.
I think too, though, it goes back to what I said about those expectations. Is that when you look at, okay, boom, DJ episode was the lowest listen, and you cannot wrap your head around the fact that why people do not want free financial, black people, white people, green people, free financial advice.
Right. Free game.
You can't wrap your head around it. But like DJ said, for me, I'm all there, and Jay knows too, because when I started this semester, I was really battling with a couple of things that happened in my life, like real back to back. And I thought that I was okay, but I, you know, when I took them two test grades showed that I wasn't. And so, you know, Jay had to tell me, like, hey man, look, bro, like, you got people. But I think that, as men and then as Black men, we kind of look at certain situations and be like, oh, no, we good. We don't need, I don't need to talk to nobody and all this other stuff. And I think that, the saying people always say, check on your strong friends. I think that if there was ever a downfall in this group, is that we are all the strong friends.
Yeah.
And so you got a group of strong friends who, we don't necessarily, individually talk every day or, every month. But I guarantee you when we get together, it's going to be like we never missed a beat.
Absolutely.
And I think that circling back around to everything that we talked about, Jay, I want to thank you for literally being like, for me, that glue in that middle piece that like really brings us and keeps us all together, because I know that you talk to everybody and you reach out to everybody and kind of, check on them and we check on you. But like I said, I think that there are so many things that I've experienced in my life, conversations that we've had and stuff like that, that have happened. And I'm just like, man, like, I'm really sitting up here living the things that I had a conversation with my friend about a year ago.
Right.
But like I said, I think the biggest thing is that we absolutely never miss a beat, whether it's a year between the last time that I've seen everybody in person, 2 years, 3 years, it don't matter. Hey, we here now.
Yeah.
And so
loyalty.
I think that like DJ said, like for me, I take the expectations, I'm always happy because I take the expectations out of a lot of different things. And I don't let, kind of going back to something I said earlier, is that I love myself. And so the person that I look at in the mirror, I don't see perfection, I see progression, because I know that I'm every day I'm trying to do, 1% better, 1% better, 1% better. Right. And I know that this group of men, that's literally, once again, it may be packaged differently. That phrase may be different, but we all live that same thing.
That's real.
And bro, I want to jump in on the statement y'all just made about, people not wanting that financial advice. And from what I think I have seen through my short time on this earth, is that a lot of people are just scary to tell themselves the truth. And that's what you learn about in real estate firsthand. People like we talked about this on the podcast before, but
Eureka, go find it.
Absolutely. Yes. You must go back to it to understand what's about to be said.
We're gonna link that. We're gonna link that one.
Right.
Both of them in the description.
Let me go make a note for that right now.
We're gonna link both of those in the description. Y'all can run that one back because y'all need both of those.
Facts.
So what I'm saying though, it's like these people, the communication is just not there, which is what I think we can do by learning from the past and making sure that we're giving back to the youth, especially people behind us. Because if we talk to them, just imagine the different conversations that we could have, even if we just took an hour and they just sat down and watched this with us. If that kid had that type of personality, he would learn so many examples of how things can happen or can't happen. And they can instantly start to trigger something in his brain that can help him, want to learn about financial literacy early enough before he gets to the point where he's so ego driven that, oh man, they can't know that I really don't have it. So I just go buy these earrings and this watch and they'll think I got it.
Yeah.
I can ride this wave until I find me, something, but instead of talking about it right now before it's too shy to be talked about, because that's the thing about Black ownership. People don't own homes for the simple fact that they just don't want to ask the question, because we think either you should already know the answer by now, and if you don't know it, then you just crazy then. So it's about communication and making sure that people aren't scared to have that conversation. The same way it is when you hold a door for the guy at the gas station. We rather be tough and strong and solid than to be like, I appreciate that help.
Yeah.
This is free help.
And it's not really tough. It's more like pride. Like it's just like it's the
Right.
pride of we think we ought to know. And so if I don't know, then I am just gonna act like I know because it was gonna hurt my ego and pride to humble myself. And
And
I
that's
think like and
go
then
ahead.
no, but just with your both of our industries, I know you can attest to this. Like those meetings can get emotional when you have to like when someone you have to tell someone like yo, you thought you was ready to retire, but you're not, or you thought that you were ready for this financial goal, but you're not, or either like you have to tell somebody like you're not ready to purchase a home. Like
Absolutely.
those, like people cry. Like sometimes you have to go into counselor mode because like it's like it's hard, like it's a hard conversation, and
Absolutely.
sometimes people don't want to have those hard conversations.
And they just have to know that it's okay. Literally, anyone who owns a house, they've gone through this. It's the facade of, oh, it was so easy for somebody else and it's gonna be so hard for me. No, everybody who every
The person that's
rooftop
saying it's easy was lying. They was crying too. They just posted their
exactly.
Facebook post talking about we made it with the keys.
We as Black people got to understand that we all started somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to be at the beginning, even if you just turning what is it, 40 years old. Cool. I'm not 40, but I'm saying even if you just turn 40, it's okay.
I was about to say, dang man.
No, bro, I ain't 40. But I mean, people talk about KFC. Colonel Sanders didn't start his franchise. He was in his 60s, yo.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the concept with Moses. I mean, at 40, that's when things started to click. Don't think that because you're not a millionaire by 23 that it's over with and I gotta just be quiet and rent for forever and just have a nice car so people think I got it. It's like, don't be scared of that. Take 5 years out your life and have everything that you want. If you have your friends around you, it's a little discipline. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up. Now, this is great. I like this. This is great. All right. Last two segments here. I'm not gonna keep you all night.
For the record, how old are you, Patrick?
Old enough.
No, I just turned 35. Just turned 35.
That's right.
Hey man, look, Jay, don't feel like, hey, we can go all night. I'm with it.
I know. I'm trying to I'm enjoying all of this. I know we can go forever.
I'm with it because I'm
gonna be 30 this
I'm
year.
the brakes on a lot of this. I know DJ got some duties to handle, but I know
I literally had to go to an entire I'm at my homie's
He's not
house
even
in
at
Atlanta.
home right now.
I'm not even at home right now because I knew like it was not gonna happen at the house right now.
We not gonna keep DJ all night, but like I said, I'm with it, like because I'm really just enjoying this moment.
I'm already feeling a part too. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
All right, well, I don't know if we're gonna cut this off or not, but it's one thing that I did write down. I just wanted to mention, and it was about the giving back thing, and it was like just little key points, but it was one just to give in general, and it takes a certain type of discipline to give in general. So the earlier you start this, the better discipline you have, the better discipline, the better the outcome. Jay, DJ, we all know that there's a lot of J's on this doggone thing, ain't it? So then so after that, tithing. Tithing is one of the biggest things that I think people overlook. If you're spiritual, I think that's important. That's probably some of the biggest and fastest change I've ever seen in my life when I tithe and when I don't tithe. I mean, and it still happens currently, and you feel it in the air, like I ain't giving right now. Yeah, exactly. And so always remember that when it comes to giving back. You can also do acts of service like volunteering if you don't have money. Time is the most important thing. And what Jayon said, like that type of impact is worth more than gold. So make sure that you give someone your time and remember their name if you can. That'll help. So after that, helping the homeless guys. Homelessness is a thing that is starting to affect Birmingham like I've never seen before. A larger cities.
It's crazy over here in Atlanta, man.
Atlanta, right. Miami, they've been doing this stuff for a lot longer. But something I've started doing is I keep the little bags of chips in my car, like the little, the pack. It's like 12 of them. And I got a variety mix, Fritos, Doritos, whatever. Yeah. I don't have cash no more. People be asking for cash all the time.
Dirty.
I forget that. I was like, some people need to get a Cash App account because that's the only way they're gonna be able to get funds sometimes You know, back in the day, we dealt in a lot more cash. Nowadays, you really don't.
No one uses, yeah.
Absolutely. So, but lately, bro, my chips have been a hit, man. And I haven't done it like for a long time, but like for about a month. Anytime I'm at a stoplight, there's a bag of chips, bro. It's game changing. I think something small like that can really start to set some trends and once again just create some discipline. My last thing is just like Jay and DJ said, and Jay said, it's about being intentional. Giving back is not about what it is, just about the intent behind it. So it goes back to being observant that, you know, if you watch and you see what's around, then you know where to fill the void. If we see homelessness people starting to creep up, throw some chips in your car, especially if you got no cash. Because, you know, it could be your friend one day. It could be, you know, just anybody you know. Because once again, the world's small. So that's all I have in giving back. That's it.
I'll say one thing on top of what Patrick said is that with all of that giving that he brought up, do it cheerfully. I think that's one of the biggest things that, I could come into practice, and I think this is one thing that I talked about with my basketball girls early in the season is that everybody has problems. And I was dealing with the death of a friend at that same time that I was having this conversation with them. But I also told them that you would never know if I didn't tell you. And I'm not here to get sympathy or empathy from you guys. I want y'all to understand is that when I'm here, I'm here. And so when I'm giving you my time, I'm giving you my time cheerfully. I'm passionate. And so even when you hand over that bag of chips, you don't got no cash. Okay, cool. Here, man, I don't have no cash, but I can definitely offer you something. You know, back to expectations. How they accept it is not your fault or problem. But you have to give that to them cheerfully, because no matter what happens in that moment, you have made an impact on their life. No matter what, no matter if they realize it now, because they can sit at that and still ask people for more money. They could throw your chips in the back of your vehicle on the way as you pulling off. But guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull them chips back from the back. I'm gonna put them back in this little bag. I'm gonna hand them to the next person that asked me for some cash, because I ain't got no cash. I got these chips.
Respect. Absolutely. And they go back to, like you say, like that's your legacy. Like, that's what are you doing above and beyond when ain't nobody looking, ain't no cameras on, ain't none of that. It's just, man, I'm at the same stoplight every day. I see this same cat every day. Do I got anything?
Get these chips, bro.
Might as well, yeah.
Are you interested, sir? Like, he might not even want them, but would you like these?
Man, I had a guy, I had an extra McChicken. I mean, gave him McChicken. The dude said he wanted napkins. I ain't got no napkins. You want the sandwich or not? That's my story. That's it. What is it?
Only you, Jay.
I ordered a McDouble, a small fried McChicken. I gave him the McChicken, bro.
I'm with you though, but once again, I think that's why this group that's why God put these group of people together.
Exactly.
Because of the fact is that how I look at things is not how every person looks at things. Right. And so now we don't got to change who we are. Well,
Let's do 1% better, like you said.
That's it, man.
That's it. So
I think, my bad. I was just gonna say, I think that's just how it goes talking to influence, right? So like what Patrick just said is like how when you show up in a room, how are you influencing that environment, right? When Patrick shows up at that stoplight, he's influencing that environment by infusing positivity, by having something for this person that is in need. You know what I'm saying? So like, how are you influencing your environment? Period.
Right. Because you definitely hope that the person behind you just says, "Oh, that was nice." I mean, that's not what you hope, but I've seen it done myself before. Once again, being observant, and I was like, "That was kind." You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have to do that. Like,
and that was an impact on you.
Exactly.
I was gonna say the biggest and probably the most relatable example that probably the entire world, well, I say the entire Southeast has seen, is that when you go to Chick-fil-A and somebody like, "Oh, the person ahead of you paid for your food.
Paying it forward.
You like, okay, bet I gotta pay for the next person's food,
right?
But don't let it be a office order. Then you like, my bank account ain't sitting there.
Maybe the person who the person after this.
I've got.
I'm gonna need my
cars behind them. The black sedan behind them.
See if he advised this.
Right.
Like, God, you sure?
We're about to cry after next. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right.
The last 2 seconds we have here on the No Tact Talk podcast are staples here. It's probably the only solid thing that we have on the podcast. If this is your first episode, welcome. If it's not, you already know what the last 2 segments are. Now, seeing as Patrick and DJ have already given me their favorite superpower, it is on Jayon to take the mantle today on this particular question. Now, if you could have any superpower, Jayon, what would it be, and how would you use it to make money?
Okay, so my superpower would probably be the one that I already have, and that's supersonic speed.
Oh, God. You can't take mine. You the only person that ever said super. I'm holding a flash right now. You the only person that has ever said super speed.
But the thing about it is that okay. So, but this the thing is that okay. Boom. How I'm gonna make money with it is that you like. There's literally no job that you can't do that can't happen fast enough in order to make more money.
Right.
So what would you do though?
If I'm a deliver, it don't matter because
work for Amazon. I get it.
But see, I'm speaking on jobs that involve the faster I move, the more money I make. If I'm Amazon working, I get done with all my stuff.
You still making the same amount of money. Yeah, you just got
But if I'm a Uber Eats delivery man, I don't need no car because I ain't gotta waste no money on no gas, and I got supersonic speed. I can deliver all these orders quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Mr. Efficiency.
Straight profit.
Mr. Efficiency. I love it.
But see, if you didn't listen to the episode on financial advice, you would not understand the necessity behind those things. So we're gonna link that in the description, and then once y'all go back and listen to those, you'll understand the complete circle of everything that we have given to you guys today.
I'm about to have so much fun marketing this episode.
Then you can actually purchase a home because you actually got the savings for the down payment.
Because you got the money to buy a home.
Telling
you. So, boom. Hey,
we still shout you out too, though. When you get sick, you can go to Nurse Jayon and get better.
That all go back to giving back. Because I had a point on what Patrick said. That I had a point on what Patrick said is that pride and DJ too. Pride is one thing that kills us, and we don't realize that financial. From home buying to actual financials, as well as our health. We don't realize that if I'm sitting in a room and I have to take a medication that's prescribed by the doctor because it involves saving my life, I don't want to tell the nurse or the doctor, male or female, that this medication no longer one of the side effects is that it does not allow me to get an erection. And so those things pride wise.
Wait, time out. If you had cancer but you couldn't have an erection, would you take the pill?
How old am I?
That's a good question. Because at a certain
serious.
age,
how old am I?
Weigh the options.
I probably shouldn't be slanging this thing anyway. It's probably not gonna be healthy for me to be.
If I'm 80, I'm like, all right, give me this. It's all right.
My heart probably can't take slanging this thing.
So you rather suffer every day
trying to slang this thing like
still have sex, or the vice versa. That's what I'm saying. Like,
if I'm 25,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm 80. I probably shouldn't be slang because even if I don't take it, my heart probably not gonna be.
About right now. Right now.
Oh, I'm taking it for sure.
I can't. No, if it prevents an erection, that's the side effect.
Right. But we back full circle. We back to where I started. Okay,
Where?
now, right? But no, what I'm saying is real.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is real. So there are certain medications that do not allow men to get an erection because that's a side effect. And so, therefore,
I never wanted.
They don't take it because the pride. They're too prideful. And then the thing is, it's like, okay, cool. When I look at your lab values and your lab values say that you haven't been taking it, but you're telling me that you are. Now here we are. Now you could walk out of here and get in your car and kill over and die, and your family want to sue the office or the doctor and everybody involved because you died because you said that you was taking a medication that you weren't.
Right.
And so now we looking at a control situation.
At least he got the smash, man.
He got the smash, but he ain't got no more life. So he 35 and he dead.
Risk and reward.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the meds. I'm gonna take the meds.
I ain't taking them. Give me half. Let me have half an erection. Something, anything. I take
right.
in the morning.
But I think we're making these statements, but that's the things that people really like live through. And so I think for me, a part of the reason why I wanted to get into healthcare, I didn't know at the time that I decided, but the reason why I wanted to get into healthcare is because I want to help people that look like me.
You care, I want genuinely care about people.
I do. Yeah. I hate people, but I care about them. I do not like people. I do not like people. Like people. No. I be at my crib, like I don't gotta go nowhere. I can go sit at the bar, get a drink.
But it's crazy though, because you love people though, bro. But like you don't like them, but you love
people, but I don't like them.
It's wild.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I love people, but I don't like them. But like I said, I can be at a bar. I can go smoke my little hookah, sit at the bar, get a couple drinks. Hey, I'm out of here. That was before the pandy. You know, I ain't smoking no hookah.
Facebook been reminding me of stuff that I was doing a year ago and stuff. I was outside.
Man, hey, living.
2 years ago, I'm like, dang.
Man, I'm getting my vaccine on Sunday. I'm trying to move into the right direction.
They're gonna have to force me to get mine. I'm gonna make me
look, man, Mom, I said, but see, not the only reason, but I'm gonna get the vaccine. This off topic audience. I know y'all probably about to try to cut this off, but listen.
They'll be all right.
I'm gonna get the vaccine, but it's 98% because of my profession.
Yeah, LJ told me to get it too. That's how I trust.
The other side of it is when the panoramic first hit, I was confident in everything that I did. I knew that if I wanted to drive to see my grandmother, I had no ifs, ands, or buts that I have not put them in a compromising situation. I can hug my grandmother, give her a kiss because I haven't been in a situation that's compromising to her. And so I think for me, once again, this go back to the fact that I don't like people, but I love people, is that 2% is I care about other people.
Yeah.
And so like, even when I go out to the store and I see somebody without a mask, it's like, damn, bro, you don't care about nobody?
I be wanting to just cough and cough on them and just be like, you can't get mad if somebody.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I be wishing I could somehow, some way get into their house and fart on their pillow and give them pink eye. I know I ain't got nothing to do with
they open Texas up, dog. People around here looking crazy.
That's why, I was trying to come to see you this week, but I was like, they talking about
don't do it.
I got my vaccine though.
That's what's up.
Did you get Moderna?
Pfizer. He got Pfizer, didn't
he? He got Pfizer.
Yeah, he like a Pfizer.
He got Pfizer.
You see.
You can check my card.
Let me see. He trying to.
I got mine laminated.
Which one I got?
Laminated.
I think it's Moderna though.
That man got.
That's dope. That's the one I want. I'm gonna have to take this Pfizer because Moderna is locked up. Like you can't even get an appointment for Moderna in Georgia.
I get my second shot.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I said I wanted Johnson & Johnson. Somebody was like, dang, the number's too low. But I also was like, they all lying on their numbers. So,
I need Apple to make a COVID vaccine. I trust them more than Johnson & Johnson.
Okay, touche. but
Trust the Apple vaccine.
they ain't got one out.
I
So
don't trust no Samsung vaccine. That's all.
I mean, they all got funding behind it, so it don't matter. All right.
right.
Now Pfizer used their own money to create their vaccine, so they didn't
They
take
got
none of the
enough of
government
it.
money.
They should.
Yeah.
Hey, look, let me tell you something, DJ. One thing, if I don't know nothing else, I know that it all came from the same place.
Yeah, they pulling from the same pot, different
all
names.
that money coming from the same place.
It's just like Great Value, Cheerios, and Cheerios. They all come off the same line, baby. They put them in this box. Great Value.
Shout out to Chocolate
Right.
Chippos. That's the cookie
Right.
of choice that I had because they wouldn't buy me Chips Ahoy. It was Chocolate Chippos. I still
Hey,
remember.
look,
Chippos.
seventh
Tell
grade.
y'all something. The first time I experienced in my life that I was like really broke. My parents did an excellent job of hiding that we ain't had no money.
Nice.
But the first time, no, it's nice until
Parenting
you get to
skills.
college.
Parenting
It's nice
skills.
until you get to college and you realize that you've been broke. When you go, so look, my father was in the military. Okay, boom. So I got a little bit of advantage. I can go to the commissary and I can go to the PX, all this other stuff. And when I look at the money that's in my account, and I look at all of these groceries, tax free or not, I'm like, let me get these dog bag. Let me get this dog bag cereal.
Like what Cat Williams say, he's like, he at the gas station, like, did I eat today? Like, he put the last $10 in there. He was like,
Right.
I look a little hungry.
Man, look, let me tell you, that was the first time ever in my life where I like on the cereal aisle, like, whew, $3 for some Cheerios. Let me get this 97-cent dog bag of sugar and cornflakes.
Back when I used to work at Portfolio Recovery Associates, shout out to y'all. I hate y'all, but there was a call.
Hey, I hate them too because they still trying to spend out me. Y'all better get it in blood. Like
they still owe me some money. But anyway, no, I was so broke.
I'm not paying y'all.
I got a job. I got my apartment was like 0.3 miles away from Portfolio. It was like a Timber Chase Apartments in Birmingham, Alabama. And I had a Honda Civic, y'all. Okay. Could not put gas in my Honda Civic to go 0.3 miles. There was a shell. I could throw a rock, okay, and hit a shell from where I stayed and could not drive my car. That's how broke I was. My rent was like $525 a month, like a 1-bedroom, probably 300 square. It was terrible. That's where I grind. I tell people all the time when I was a personal trainer, I work out to look good for people, not me. I'm lazy. I look look good for everybody else. I make money and strive to have a lifestyle. I got habits.
Yeah, I was walking. When I was working at ASFA. I was at school at UAB. I would walk, y'all know what the Alabama School of Fine Arts is?
Yeah.
I would walk from the Alabama School of Fine Arts to campus for class. I did that for a year.
But see, that all bring it back to the fact that we may have been broke, but we also understood the value of a dollar. But if you would have listened to the podcast when DJ was on, you will understand.
I love it.
We are breaking down these things for y'all in order for y'all to be able to become
the credit snowball.
So
I remember
exactly.
It's a huge snowball. And so once you become homeowners, once you decide that you're ready to become a homeowner, you can holler at my boy Patrick, and he can get you together, and he can get you the best situation for your situation.
Come on, inspire the people, coach.
When it come time, when you
hands, right?
The time is right. Your COVID shot. Hey, come holler at Nurse J, and I got you.
Done deal.
If you ever want to join the army,
talk
to me.
If you want a Camaro, holler at my boy Jay Coates. I know that's the only reason y'all folks be joining the army, because y'all want a Camaro or a Challenger or a Charger.
Right.
I do it. So hey, holler at my boy Jay Coates. He got you.
Mustang.
Hey, whatever it is.
It's either Mustang, Camaro, or Challenger. That's crazy. You're right.
Last segment, of the podcast is the scripture. Now I'm gonna be like an old school church elder and say, keep it at 2 minutes. I'm gonna say, keep it at 2 minutes and what you got to say. So the scripture here, I'm using the King James version today. I thought that there's a lot of wisdom in this podcast today, and we're gonna keep it KJV style. I always got to talk about
Tuning up the organ.
And of course, it'd be remiss of me if I did not come from Proverbs. All this good wisdom on here, I come from Proverbs.
Yeah.
Proverbs 13:20. It says that he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Whew. I'll say it one more time for the people in the back. He that walketh, with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Anybody can take that. I mean,
your counsel, baby, counsel. That's the one thing.
Your circle.
Exactly. Wise counsel, hands down. Wise counsel is just the best thing on the planet. People have gone through it. People are here for you to actually reach out to. There are people with information that they are bursting to give it away. They just don't think anybody cares to know it or not. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself in position to get around those people, move in that direction where you're trying to go, or where you vision yourself. If you want to be a millionaire, let's find you a millionaire to talk to and say, how do I get here? What I need to do? This is where I am right now. Tell me a game plan, or let's just talk it out. Literally, if you're trying to be a host of a podcast, reach out to Jay Coates, man. He got you. He'd be happy to give this knowledge to you. And at the same time, we can all put ourselves in position to be that wise counsel, because we got some of value to share with these folks, man. And that's what is so amazing. Wise counsel, but it goes to communication. Don't be scared to talk to people. But,
I was just about to say that.
I just never understand when people be scared to talk about stuff. It is what it is. It didn't happen. It is what it is. So wise counsel. All right, somebody else.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I was really just gonna kind of dive right into everything that you were saying, Patrick. Like, you have to put your pride aside. As a human race, as a Black community, as a Black male community, I know I just said that those kind of different things a couple of times on here, but it's important, is that you have to take that pride and put it aside. If you don't know the answer, it's okay. I think that's one of the big things that we have stressed here today. If you don't know the answer, it's fine.
Absolutely. Just
because if you don't know the answer, ask somebody who may, because you never know who they know. And I think that's one thing that I learned from my mother, is that, and I was talking about it the other day in her office, is that if my mama don't know, she knows somebody who know. And so for me, like I expressed earlier, I started a real estate, me and some of my friends, we started a real estate investment company. So I'm talking to my mama like, hey, look, who do you know that can help us? She like, I don't know anybody who just really gonna give you some money who don't want it back, but I know a lady who write grants.
Start there.
Say no more. That's a starting point. And so I think that the biggest thing, going back to what Patrick said, is that you have to, once you put that pride aside, just ask, because you never know what people are going to be able to offer you. And I think another thing that I really live by is that what's the worst answer that you can get is right that
back where you started.
Exactly. No, bro. That's it.
Okay. So you tell me no. Okay. I ain't lost nothing because I ain't had nothing to lose.
Exactly. Correct.
And so I think that that's one of the biggest things, is that within your counsel, within the people that you talk to, if you just ask them, just ask them. If they don't know the answer, and me, I'm like I say, I express that. Look, if I don't know the answer, I can find it for you. But you never know until you ask the question. But you can't lose anything that you never had.
Exactly.
You can't lose anything that you ever had. And so I think that, once again, back to financial advice, I love the stock market. I love stock market. And so it's like, I had a guy tell me one time, a customer at my job. We random conversation talking about the market, and he said, you know, you can't lose money on a stock if you ain't sold it.
I just made $12 on mine. Hold on, wait.
But this the thing though. But this the thing. When you look at the market, it's like, dang, that thing red. Like you look at the day and it's like, golly. But I ain't lost no money because I haven't sold it.
Absolutely.
And so it's the same exact thing in life. Is that if you sell yourself short, and don't ask that question,
that's good. Come on, correlation.
You haven't put yourself in a position to gain anything.
Man, like Steve Harvey, your frat brother, he said it. Like one of his top scriptures is
the bald head thing.
You have not, bro. You ain't lying.
Bald head and beard.
Every Q got a bald head and a beard.
You ain't lying. But Steve Harvey said one of the biggest ones, which is you have not because you ask not, and that is so true. And in real estate, I went to one of the ladies that's a top earner the day after I heard that, and was like, I'm gonna ask her to go on a co-listing with her just to get some information about how to talk to these people when you're talking about millions and millions of dollar priced homes. I ain't got $1 million to buy no house with. Let's just hit a conversation how this even go so that I can prepare when it does happen. You know what I mean? Right. So like that, it's also about taking the action as well. When you get the information, act on it too. You know what I'm saying? So,
but the first step is that you had to, instead of you saying I'm gonna be her, you said, okay, boom.
Let me learn from her.
So now I've taken my pride and I pushed it aside, and I say, okay, she has accomplished the things that I would like to do.
Yep.
You know, it may be a long-term goal, but it's a goal nonetheless.
For sure.
And so now, boom, once I know that she has accomplished these things, she a top earner. You can't get higher than the top.
I'm telling you. And now she knows I'm interested in wanting to be there. So now she's taking an extra, keen look, like, all right, let me throw him this crumb here because he wants it. He's willing to listen to me. Oh. I mean, you as a coach, you definitely want people that are coachable. You know what I mean?
That's life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's life.
To be able to talk.
Absolutely have to be coachable. You in everything, no matter what. Because it goes back to the fact that when I tell my kids, like, look, if somebody tell you something crazy, you still have to respect their opinion. And that's a part of being coachable. You don't got to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't got to do it. But if they say, hey, turn your blocks 90 degrees in the lane.
What's a block? You said like 3 times.
The block.
That's where they start from.
I don't know. Y'all acting like I know. What's a block?
Have you watched the Olympics?
I don't know I ain't seeing blocks on the track field.
I think it's a little thing that look like 2 mountains, and you put
your feet on.
The starting blocks where you start from.
Yeah, 2 little mountains on the back.
I ain't know. Right.
Look, but you. Prime example. Now we hit back full circle. He didn't know what a block was. I keep saying it.
He humbled himself.
He humbled himself, and he put his pride aside to ask in front of you all what a block was.
Only with my inner circle and everybody who listens to this. Don't matter.
But we're gonna cut the part.
Right. Nonetheless, I think that one of the biggest things is that if you take the time to just understand, look at the bigger picture and look where you're really trying to go. Because I mean, even with DJ said, hey man, look, we got this Zoom call. I want you to listen. Say no more, bro. What you need me to do? I'm in there because I know that he ain't never gonna come at me with no crazy information.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Very true.
And I know that everybody that I rock with on a very hard level, they're not finna come to me with no crazy information. But the reason why is because they know that I'm gonna be honest with the information that I give, the feedback that I give.
Yes.
So if you feel uncomfortable coming to me giving some information, you don't really know me. And so I think one thing that I do, and it's a gift and a curse that I give everything that I got to anybody who really want it.
Right.
And so there are some people who act like they want it, but they really don't want it. And then you give it to them, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, but I don't expect them to take it. I don't expect them to take it. I'm gonna give you what I got.
Beard. All your wisdom in your beard.
That's fine. That's why I got a couple.
You ever cut it, Samson? You better not ever cut that beard.
Well, look, I cut my dreads a long time ago, and so I think I lost a little bit of my strength. But I got
dreads, waves, everything.
Look, after 35 years, I finally got like 6 waves over here, but I ain't got no gray. Got no gray.
We got
to try to get Patrick waves ever since I known him. But it's Jake.
I'm telling you, I don't really have.
We gotta get you one of them good black beauty shop do-rags.
You need some Crisco.
I'm telling. If I got dreads, my dreads would be crispy because mine is coarse. You don't want.
We gotta get you a good brush and a good do-rag.
Man,
my boy J. Coates, $23 on a brush
in the blue can.
But see, you right though.
Yeah.
Before Jay grew his hair out, king of waves. But I was like, bro, if you send me a wave page on Instagram, I'm gonna swing on you.
He spent $23 on a brush, y'all.
Worth every penny.
Man,
that's why you ain't got waves right there, because you buying them Walmart great value brushes. You get one wave.
Boar brush number 273 is all I need.
Yeah. I get you a brush, man. It's whatever. I done bought 3 of these little boys that I'm mentoring a brush. Like, bro, Jay, hey man, I'm starting to see my crown, bro. I'm like, I told you, man. DJ, what we got? You need me to read it again?
My elder brothers, they killed it. I just want to say, keep it circle tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do new friends no more at this age. I'm about to be 30 in July. I'm about to be 30 in July. If you can get in before 30, I'm sorry for you. But
that's what happens when you had kids. You start really thinking your whole life.
Right.
You know what? I don't need
Congratulations to the new father in the group.
Congratulations.
Look, I need some of this. I need Patrick has a son. I'm gonna be hitting you up on the regular.
He come on with it.
He just had a birthday, right? Shout out to him.
Yeah, he just turned 9.
Hey,
wow.
I saw that picture on Facebook. They was walking down the sidewalk. Patrick had them shoes on. I forgot what type of shoes he had on, but it was
those are Fly Steppers by Nike. They were some of the freshest shoes back in the day. Go look them up. Fly Steppers 2K1, multiple colors. I was
Patrick, that guy you don't try on the basketball court. He didn't want to wearing the black forces that got like with the tongue sticking out. They could shoot a 3 from halfway across the street.
I will drop it
on he can back you down and then
tell you what you did wrong.
Yeah. Hey, look, he gonna tell you what he gonna do.
Granddad to move. All right, now, boy.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you this jab step. I'm gonna sweep through, and I'm gonna give it to
fundamentals,
you.
Fundamentals.
Off the glass. Gotta call it.
Not the glass.
All right, y'all. I held y'all long enough. I appreciate y'all. I know we all good, but I really do appreciate y'all for taking these 2 hours probably out of y'all day, y'all night. I know we all busy. That's why I made this date like super in advance so everybody could get their life together and everything. We've all had one thing I wanted to say too, and I'm done. We all going through something, right? Everybody on here, if y'all listening, we are all presently going through some stuff.
Man.
Real life hard stuff. But the fact that it shows the merit of these men that are on here to still be able to speak life into other people and to each other, that God, for one, God is great. I mean, that's just, without him, we'll be crazy out here. But for two, it's like the resiliency and it shows you how great these men are on this call. And so I really appreciate y'all for giving me y'all time, y'all jokes, and y'all stories, and y'all wisdom. And it's probably be a part 2 next quarter. I don't know. Whenever we have some time again, but
hopefully we can be in person.
Yeah, Mike.
Right.
In person, man.
And we might. Hey,
y'all need to come to the A, man.
We might do that.
Hey, look, I was just about to say we need either the A or Texas. I don't want to be.
I'm finna move. I'm probably going to Georgia. So we're gonna see.
We're
gonna see.
Georgia.
I've been praying for it.
I just don't want to do it in Alabama. That's all I'm saying.
We good. You're gonna have to be somewhere exotic.
Ain't no problem at all there.
Got to be somewhere exotic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
or we could like go to like Mexico or something. Tulum open.
we could do a Vegas trip. We talk about Vegas. Talking about
we've been talking.
I need a trip bad.
Your trips is dead for a little while, Coach.
Yeah,
you got at least 6.
I have a great support
12
system.
months.
Praise God.
But you can't just leave a wife and go on a trip to Mexico with your boys like that's.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, like that's
I don't know
why.
Yes, she's going to Vegas. She's going to Vegas this year, and she's going to somewhere else like Miami or something. I can't remember.
Oh, well, we good. Yeah, we have 2 trips.
We're going on 2 trips this year.
Yeah, we're
gonna keep the group message going then. All right, you heard it here first. On No Tact Talk. We'll be in Vegas sometimes.
You definitely heard it here first. Hey, yeah, Tact Talk, No Tact Talk, out of town. We in person.
What if we did that while we was on vacation?
We just to do another one. No matter what.
That's what I'm saying. Like part 2 while we on vacation. Like
No Tact Talk from Cancun or something.
Coast to coast.
I don't care where it is as long as it ain't in Alabama.
My boy trying to get up out of here.
I got it, bro. Listen, no lie. This time last year, I was supposed to be in Costa Rica before the pandemic.
I was supposed to go to Vegas on birthday last year, and I wasn't doing that.
I was supposed to be in Costa Rica before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And so
I was just going to Savannah, but we couldn't do that.
Couldn't even go down the street.
I couldn't even go to Savannah, bro.
I was supposed to be in another country. Stamps on the passport and everything.
You get your money back?
Huh?
You get your money back?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And see, that's the thing. That's why I'm like, I'm with whatever, because Southwest, they already I got a good credit with them. Oh yeah. My credit real good with Southwest. Yeah. I got like a easy like 500. Yeah. What's up?
Snap. All right. Well, this has been another edition of the No Tact Talk podcast. It's always a reminder to live life on purpose and to always live with little no sex in your life. Peace. What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I got a recommendation of somebody you should reach out to for the show.
What's behind the scenes? Go ahead, I'm ready.
All right. So that show I was telling you about, I Am Athlete, Brandon Marshall. You should reach out to him. He kind of said he'd be willing to do this kind of stuff. So I think, I ain't trying to call his bluff or nothing, but I'm saying
you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Don't edit this out.
I edited none of this.
Right. I'm just saying that'd be good.
Heard it here first.
I mean, yeah, like it's.
Hey, Brent. Hey, B. Marshall. Hey, man, come on, man. Get on my boy pod, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all realize like y'all are literally the same. Like y'all real with it, and that's what this is, man. Brandon Marshall, Chad Ocho, everybody get on there.
Everybody get the whole crew. Absolutely, man. You heard it here first.
Hey man, look,
support.
Bring my dog. Yeah, bring my dog to Miami. Like, what's good?
Yo, I travel for that one.
Absolutely.
Me too. I'm coming.
Oh, wow. See, that's the thing I'm talking about, right?
Classic
entourage.
Y'all gotta come with me.
I'll be that entourage.
No, y'all know entourage. That's what I'm talking about. All of y'all hold just as much as weight. If I'm saying that's the story that I like. We done, I promise. But it's just like I promise I talk about y'all all the time. All of y'all all the time. It's just like I need that. Because everybody has their role, right? Everybody has something they're good at. We know I'm extra, can talk on top of a dime, whatever, but like I have a lot of flaws. I'm just focused on one thing. But y'all got the other odds and ends, and Jay, chill. I always think about it like, Jay, like, come on now. And that's the direction I need, and we all make it. We all in there.
We all do it, man.
Hey, look,
I ain't saying the last part again though.
When you make the little Instagram clip of this, when you make the IG clip, just tag me, tag B Marshall, and say, hey man, get my guy on your show.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I'm for real. I'm about to text you, Patrick. Wow.
Get my guy on your show, because the thing about it is like they podcast is literally this moment that we having is literally the same exact thing. It's just they played in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. That's the only difference, is that their experience is a little bit different than ours.
Yeah.
But They put their pants on one leg at a time like we do. And so I think
we got a whole healthcare / coach on the line /
no, it's just about doubling down and what you're good at.
/
Everything else.
real estate mogul. Like,
it's about doubling down what you're good at. I tell people all the time
that's the only difference is that they played in the NFL. Their profession is different from our profession.
Yeah,
that's the only difference.
It's doubling down on yourself. I tell people I'm not good at a lot of things. Like a lot of things. I'm not.
What you said? Hey, what you said about me at the beginning?
What? Oh, master of none, jack of all trades. That's what I'm saying. But I know this is my space, and this is probably the only prideful moment I'll have. But this didn't just come overnight. It's about body language, it's about people, it's about looking somebody in the eye. You know, it's about being able to even have a conversation on a podcast and bring something out of people that they didn't even know they had in it.
Putting your pride to the side and humbling yourself and being able to ask that question. Yeah. If you say,
mama say, okay, put the pride in your back pocket and sit on it.
That's it.
If you say no, if you tell me you're unavailable, you tell me when you are.
You got the nuggets. Jay had the nuggets all day, dog.
I'm telling you,
I know, right?
Nah, it's been fantastic, though, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, we out, y'all. Yeah. We out. We promise. It's not like church again.
I appreciate it again, man. I think one thing I will say is that thank God for technology. We're allowing us to be in 4 different places.
Yeah,
and allowing us to do this and bring this to you guys because, and outside,
cut you off, Jen. I think he's gonna cut you off.
No, I'm not. We good.
Outside of all of this, it's like we really living in a different time, and the fact that we can be in 4 different places and deliver these literally candid moments that we have. Like this ain't like these conversations, these topics that we having. The only thing about these topics that we delivering y'all is that we gave it a title. These are conversations that we have when we together at any other point. We playing spades, we playing cards, we in the middle of like I said, a push-up challenge, whatever. Like these are still conversations that we having, but they don't have no title to them. Absolutely. And so I think that one thing that we have done is that we have brought you guys into our circle, and we giving you a bit like a very small piece of like how we really get down. And so I thank Jay for even like, bruh, like you really don't understand the impact that you have on my life. Yeah. Like you really don't. Like I tell people all the time, like I got a certain group of people that's like guaranteed in my wedding. And then you got them other people that you got like, okay, my bridesmaid got a couple extra people, so I got to match it up. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 people that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
I got 5 people that's guaranteed. Yeah. One of them is my best friend from high school. One of them is my best friend from college. And the other 3 is these guys right here.
Wow. Love it, brother.
They guarantee. Wow. Whenever I get married, they guarantee to my wedding. I don't need no excuse.
That's love.
And we
in there.
We have a podcast for that too.
Oh, but hey, we got the pod at the wedding. From the wedding.
There we go. Break to no TED Talk.
Hey, look, we can't do the reception at the church.
Oh no.
No, Tom the dog playing in the background.
Hey,
first of all, you playing is cute. Of course not. Of course not.
We out.
But
that's it.
Nonetheless,
I love y'all, man. We in this thing.
Yeah, no, I love you too, bro.
All right, y'all be good, man.
I love y'all.
All right, peace.
Love y'all. Take care.